I needed a break, and I moved on to a lighter read. It was sort of a lighter read. Tomie. I mean, it's a beast. It's manga, of course. It's a picture book of sorts. Very creepy picture book. Let me tell you, because I was talking about it in the TBR where I was kind of flipping through this going, I feel like I've read this or like something. Like there's just something about Junji Ito's art that makes something feel like I've experienced it before. And this is a weird thing because like I was reading this entire thing going, no, I don't think I've read any of this. Or I read one of the other books, which turns out I did. They're kind of behind me here, right? But there's a couple books near the end here where I think I was in the middle of the move, but I had saved a few of these here, and I didn't know what order they were. I could have looked this up yet, right? But I just wanted to read something at some point, somewhere earlier in the year, and I'm near certain I've read probably 3 of those. I mean, I have to flip through them again in order to validate it. But I was kind of going through like trying to find another Tomie story in one of the other books that I'm like, did I read these? But it's like, how do I not remember if I read a Junji Ito collection of work? Like, I don't understand. I think Sliver was on there. Anyway, so there might have been like a short story in one of those ones where it was a Tomie story or something. And so when I was flipping through this, there's just certain like creepy art, like stuff with eyes, stuff with like just weird imagery and stuff like that, that just felt like other Junji Ito stories that I read. Like there was the one with the hollow. I don't want to get into the other books. We'll get to them. We'll talk about them some other day. But in any case, as I was reading this, I was like, no, I don't think I've read any of these. But the story felt creepily familiar. And the strangeness of the stories in Tomie is that there's this repetition that happens in Tomie, just Tomie, like how she sort of dies, how she has to be. There's like a curse to her. You're not sure if she's really human. She's not. There's no way. I kind of don't want to spoil it, but it's like I can't really spoil it because that's the entire premise of every single short story in this book is effectively the same skeleton. These words are not. I'm not trying to do this. It's Halloween month, anyways. So, but I'm just gonna tell you, it's like this Tomie character. Like when people fall in love with her, they want to cut her to pieces. I'm not sure if there's like some other. Oh, love you to bits. I mean, string of words, maybe stream of consciousness. Anyways, so maybe there's like some sort of wordplay thing going on here. But I mean, I'm kind of tapping into English stream of conscious words, connections, double meanings, entendres, and stuff like that. I'm not sure if that's going on with the Japanese language, but it's like I didn't spoil anything because you're gonna get that in the first story, and then you're gonna get it in about 30 other stories after that. It's the same sort of premise, but then you're kind of pulled in to the Tomie stories trying to find out how does this go wrong or what's the twist. And at one point, like maybe halfway through this, I'm like, this has got to be repetitive. Like this is going to get repetitive, and it never does. And so I believe I gave this. Let me look at my notes. Did I write it down? I did not because I'm a dumbass. I put them somewhere in some notes. Anyways, I think it's a 4 out of 5 is what I gave it. Why not a 5 out of 5? Because. Why was this not a 5? I mean, because is it highly recommended? I wouldn't say, because a 5 for me is like a really special place. I don't want to just be handing these things out. You know what I'm saying? So like a 4 out of 5 is still like, yeah, I mean, read it, check it out. If you're curious about what this is all about, check it out. I mean, you can't go wrong. Not really fast to read, but you sort of pick one up, you read one, you put it down, and you're like, oh, that's how they got her this time, or that's how she got them, or man, anyways, you can't really spoil something like this. It's an experience, is how I would put Tomie. And maybe it didn't get a 5 because of that repetition angle, which I thought was, it's like, it's so simple. And the fact that you can create this many stories with that simple premise in a different way, that's crazy. That's crazy to me. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about Junji Ito. Let's move on.